In this video, I try to unlock the very big secret to longevity, how to live long, very long, and to be productive and very active. Okay, so let's go. And in the description to this video, you will find a link to the PDF file with this presentation, also link to a longer text with more references in it. This, what I express here in this video, it is my personal opinion, but I'm professional scientist. I try to use logic, and I read scientific publications. I do some conclusions, and then I share this knowledge with you. And maybe, of course, it is not always coincide with the opinion of medical professionals. Mostly it is very much different, but it is logically, I derive it logically from science, from scientific publications. Also, I think, and I look around, I see how nature is doing this or that, and I follow nature. Okay, let's go. Babies, especially those inclusively breastfed, have frequent bowel movements and quick gut transit times, which is the time required for food to move through the digestive tract. As we age, the gut's motility slows down, and making food move through the body, through the guts more slowly than it did when we were younger. Breast milk contains prebiotics like oligosaccharides and human milk glycans that nourish beneficial gut bacteria and support a strong immune system. As infants transition to solid foods with dietary fiber, their gut bacteria diversify. And as we know, dietary fiber comes in two types: soluble, that dissolves in water and make gel, and insoluble, that only adds bulk. Medical professionals associate better health outcomes with a diverse microbiota in adults. However, again, science does not support it. A diverse microbiota in adults can be associated with health complications. Just read science. According to Dr. Paul Masson and also Konstantin Monastyrsky, it is another guy who made big research in it, longer gut transit times are associated with constipation and even some serious diseases like colon cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. Constipation and accelerated aging are frequently linked. It is always linked. Consuming 30-40 grams of dietary fiber daily is recommended, but the types of the fiber and their impact on gut transit time must be considered. We have to use logics and to have critical mind. This is a book, Fiber Menace, that's about fibers and what kind of fibers we need. Soluble fiber fosters beneficial bacterial growth and slow sugar absorption, while insoluble fiber only increases stool volume and typically lengthens the gut transit time. Gut transit times varies across the section of the gastrointestinal tract. Gastric empty time, so the time which is food getting from the stomach, is 2 to 4 hours, and influenced by food type, availability of enzymes, acidity of gastric juice, emotions, and overall health. Small intestinal transit time, next. It varies with food type, stress, and enzymes availability. Typically, small intestinal transit time is between 12 and 48 hours. And insoluble fiber slows the small intestinal transit time, slows. Meanwhile, colonic transit time ranges from hours to days. It is believed that a healthier colon transit time is 12 to 48 hours and influenced by food and diet types, stress, exercise, and water intake. In babies, it is even shorter than 12 hours. A longer colon transit time can lead to a higher alkaline pH in the colon, harming gut health. Exercise and drinking more water shortens the colon transit time. Prebiotics and soluble fibers nourish beneficial colon bacteria by producing short-chain fatty acids by fermentation by bacteria, and which makes the environment in the colon slightly acidic, inhibit harmful bacteria growth, and shorten colon transit time. So here, this slide, you see that healthy is believed 12 to 18 hours. Okay, then in babies it is even shorter, in adults, a very short transit time can be associated with some malnutrition, malabsorption, but nevertheless, okay, these days gastric transit time, it is not healthy at all. Digestion of proteins improves with high acidity of gastric juice in the stomach. Meanwhile, slightly alkaline conditions are beneficial for complex carbohydrate digestion. So separating protein and carb intake is advised. It is my opinion, okay? Not what medical professionals will tell you. Insoluble fiber increases the bulk of the stool and typically prolongs colon transit time. However, it is not so for standard diet, which includes a combined intake of proteins and carbohydrates, because proteins with a standard diet, they are not digested. Then a high volume of stool helps to move out protein, this not digested protein, that otherwise rots in the colon, releasing harmful substances. Okay, so medical professionals tell you to use these insoluble fibers, and it works for standard diet, sure, but better avoid the standard diet at all. We will talk about this. Proteins in undigested food and mucus layer that protect the interior of the colon can be broken down by harmful bacteria when there are not enough prebiotics present in the food. Ammonia, amines, and hydrogen sulfide are among the harmful substances produced during this process, which harms the colon's cells and the health of our body. Prebiotics may include not only soluble fiber from plants, but also resistant starches such as potato starch powder and chitin in insects, fungi, and crustaceous exoskeletons. As always, you download presentation, you click on the link, you get to the scientific publication. So this also slide demonstrate how to improve your health. But only that I'm not convinced that we have to use some resistant protein for microbiota fermentation. Okay, it's possible, but again, better to use resistant starch and chitin. I believe that for long and healthy life, it is necessary to reduce levels of glucose in the blood. I was talking about many times in my videos. And use fat as primary source of energy. We developed evolutionally, by evolution, we developed to use fat as primary source of energy, not glucose, not carbohydrates. So then this transition to fat as primary source of energy can be achieved through adaptation to a high-fat, low-carb diet. Indeed, the only cells in our body that need glucose are red blood cells which do not have mitochondria. For other cells, short-chain fatty acids, ketones, and middle-chain triglycerides such as MCT oil are preferable source of energy. Our liver produces ketones in necessary amounts from fat that we consume in food and store in the deposit tissue. It also produces enough of glucose to keep red blood cells functioning. It is important to know that adaptation from the standard diet to low-carb diets takes 4 months or longer. It took me 6 months. While avoiding plant-based foods and following a carnivore diet is recommended, by me at least, protein digestion can be compromised in older people. So if you are already in old age and your body is not functioning well, if you try to shift to the carnivore diet, you will get big complications. Okay, so what is how to avoid it? Amino acid supplementation and high intake of easily digestible foods like bird's eggs, like raw or maybe boiled a little bit for short while, are necessary during the adaptation period. Digestive discomfort during the adaptation may include constipation, diarrhea, and muscle cramps because of the electrolyte imbalance. It is not easy, again, it is not easy but worthwhile to change to this diet. Okay, this is a diet, but again, even red meat has a lot of fat, and then proteins, our body avoid to use proteins and amino acids as a source of energy, but use these proteins to produce enzymes, digestive enzymes and other enzymes, and to keep our immune system healthy and strong. And the best food is organs and fatty meat. To support gut health and shorten adaptation time, it is necessary what? Exercise regularly, better every next day, for example, or even every day. Consume prebiotics and probiotics. It is like to consume this resistant starch and some yogurt with beneficial bacteria. Stay hydrated, drink a lot of water, and use magnesium and potassium supplements, because in meat, in red meat, we have not enough magnesium and potassium. We need, and especially transition time, we need a lot of magnesium and potassium. In cases of constipation, vitamin C in doses above 2 grams can be used as a mild laxative at morning, for example. The next level of health improvement can be achieved by following a low-carb diet and 1 meal a day protocol. This is what I try to do. Maybe not every day, but try to do it. It works. Indeed, autophagy is a natural process of removing dysfunctional proteins and organelles inside our cells. It is beneficial for healthy cells. A regular initiation of autophagy is beneficial for our health. And then people use this protocol for years and feel good, no problem with health. While it takes longer than 2 days or 2 days of fasting to get into autophagy for people on the standard diet, it takes only about 16 hours if our body already adapted to the use of fat as a source of energy. Again, it takes long. But after 4 or 6 months, you will be adapted, and then it will be much better. Your health will be much better, and your mind will work much better. So you maybe try it. It's worthwhile. Exercises may further shorten this transition time. During autophagy, human growth hormone is released to protect proteins in our muscles from being used as a source of energy. And also, the release of growth hormone is greatly enhanced during sleep, especially early in the night. Then, if a high-protein meal is consumed just before bedtime, it helps to grow muscles even in older people, so avoiding sarcopenia, and then you will also produce digestive enzymes, and this is, it is a good idea. I try, maybe not every day, but I try to use this protocol. I think there are some similarities between development of human babies and bee larvae. This is my opinion as a scientist. I look what nature does, and I see how nature make long-living creatures and short-living creatures with the same genetics. And the very good example, it is honeybees. Royal jelly is fed to worker bees larvae for the first 3 days of their development, only 3 days. And then the initial 3 days, the diet of worker bee larva changes. Then a mixture of royal jelly in very small amounts, pollen and honey is given to them. On the other hand, if larva is chosen to become a queen bee, it will only be fed royal jelly for the rest of its development and life. In general, the bee queen lives about 20 times longer than a worker bee. Why? Because it is not consuming the plant-based food. Okay, here the same genetics, but queen bee has very high metabolic rate. It can produce 3,000 eggs with total weight more than its body, and it is extremely active. But again, what is the difference? It is not consuming plant-based food. It is fed by kind of milk, royal jelly, produced by working bee. Working bee lives maybe 3 months. It's maybe a little bit longer, but not much. The same genetics, okay? Difference, plant-based food. Okay, similarly, healthy infants get solely breast milk for the first 6 months. Following that, it is typically advised to introduce solid plant-based foods like cereals, pureed fruits, and vegetables. You think why it is advised? Why we have to follow the diet of working bee? It looks to me that because of the diet change, humans develop not into long-living royal beings like queen bee, but into short-living working individuals. You are nothing more but a working bee. If you want to be royal, it's not easy, but it's possible. In my opinion, we may at least slow down aging by avoiding plant-based foods, that is like following a carnivore diet and 1 meal a day protocol with necessary supplements of electrolytes, vitamins, prebiotics, and probiotics. rejuvenation of our body will take extra effort, but it is possible in my opinion. So if we compare longevity of people in Bible, so we see how longevity drops to below 100 years, and it is not good at all. So we from royal beings changing to working bees, to working individuals. So you see here the list of references. You can click on them in the presentation and get to the sources, or you can use the text with many more references. It is again my opinion, and I express my opinion. Yeah, I work for personal rejuvenation, for personal lifespan extension. So, but again, I'm not a medical professional. I know everything that I don't want to interfere with this multi-billion American dollars business of healthcare, insurance companies, and pharmaceutical industry. I don't want to interfere. Then again, you are supposed to be a working individual, a living short. But I just decided, can we do reverse? Can we go to this our Bible examples and live 1,000 years? I believe it we can, but what is necessary? Food, different food. You will find in Bible many evidence that what food was a long time ago, what food we are eating now, and medical professionals certainly give advice to produce a working bee from you, a working individual, nothing more. Okay, I'm not medical professional, so it is you are not supposed to follow my ideas, and my opinion may agree or may not agree with official recommendations. Mostly not. I'm never looking for medicine advice. I am stay healthy last 25 years. Never go to physicians. I try to think, and it helps me to stay healthy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. I learned something new. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. Also, don't forget to press like, bell button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video, because this is at least some support of my project, because I don't have any financial support from governments or whatever. And but if you want to participate in my research, then you can do it. You can go to my other social media and like Telegram channel, and then we can discuss, we can work together. This would be even better, but please mind that, okay, any research needs money. Okay, have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.